Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hervey Bay Bowls Club for the Hervey Bay Men's Classic Pairs 2025. With me is Troy Jamieson in the hot seat.
Hello all again.
And our sponsors for today are the Time Lifestyle Resort Hervey Bay. That's our major sponsor. And our other sponsors, BCIB Insurance Brokers, Clayton Hearing, Fraser Coast Regional Council, Universal Home Improvements, the Hervey Bay RSL, David Lee, our local MP, and Kerry Campbell Homes. And our game 3 this afternoon is between John Newcombe and John Crewdson and Peter Wright and Dave Billington. And the boys have just started the game, and I believe John has already put a bowl down. Peter Wright's bowl on its way. I know Peter and David Billington played on this green in the first game, but they were up on the middle green. I think the other boys have come off the middle green as well.
Yes, they have.
So John with his second bowl has just run through.
Running.
Here's what? Up the other end.
Well, that must be John Crewdson.
John Newcombe.
No, that'd be John Crewdson.
Oh, sorry, John Newcombe's leading. Yeah, John
Yeah.
Crewdson's skipping.
I nearly spelled his name right, John Newcombe. I was thinking, is it the tennis player?
Yeah. Fair name to carry.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know this John Newcombe and John. I think I have heard of John Crewdson around, but Peter Wright and Dave Billington, they should team up well. Do you know where the other team's from, Hoops?
No, I don't. I don't. Yeah, one of them's got a Phillip Island shirt, but
Yeah, they're both ex-Phillip Island, and one of them
Okay.
and Robbie's out there directing traffic. Get out of the road of the cameras,
It's like
boys.
I've said in the past, he needs like a little BB.
That's
Pew
all. I've been threatened with Robbie's lump of 4B too. I can tell you. You just get out on the green and do you forget.
Yeah.
So it might take the boys an end or two just to get back to the into the mode of 19 second green versus 15 second green. So
Yeah.
they struggle with their grass and their weight so far. This is their roll up end, I think.
Yeah. Get a feel of it. Like Peter Wright and Dave Billington, both Urangan bowlers, but they do get around, so they should have an idea of what the greens do here. But a lot of the times midweek, if bowls is called off due to rain, they don't get to feel what's happening. So
Well, at least no one's got in the road yet.
no, well, yes and no. The leads were in the way. They weren't quite far enough off the line. I think Robbie likes a good metre. Those glasses keep fogging up. Your glasses ever fog up on you? Because they're all prescription, both sunglasses, and they're just more so for driving or I call them my binoculars for view on bowls. I'll just put my binoculars on so I can see. Well, I can't see the screen with sunnies on. I said, about to say, what happened to the screen? Is black.
Yeah, John's still struggling a bit with the pace of the green. Now that I've finished my pie, I'm back. Wasn't bad neither.
Yeah, I think we'll see a scrappy end, and hopefully they'll get an idea of the line and the weight for the second end.
Yep.
This is a good correction.
Yep. If anyone's good at trailing the jacket, it'll be a good time to do it. But I know Peter and David Billington played their first game this morning down rink 22, maybe down the end of this
down here for
green.
one. Okay.
The
first.
And yeah, they lost that game to Andrew Hay and Glenn Jackson.
Okay.
Andrew and Glenn played very well in that game. I was down watching a bit of that while Robbie was trying to dodge the raindrops. And
he had one single drop on his back.
yeah, well, he dodges more than we do. So John trying to make an adjustment because right now he really needs it. He's still a little bit long.
Grass is nice. Going to cross a bit still with that weight. A fair bit.
So he needs a big bowl with his last to save the day.
Nice line. Coming in well.
This will be quick, but it's still going to count.
Oh, he's passed. Yeah, I thought that would have been no more than a foot behind first.
Big bowl John here. He just needs even second shot. Because at the moment, he's a handful down. So he's out on a better line than he was with the last one, but it still looks quick.
So it's going to be confusing. Both leads are using the orange,
as long as he gets down to that, he's going to help himself maybe. I think that was 3 or 4 from Peter.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like I think that's a Urangan sticker short.
Well, the orange and
Peter Wright.
Orange and the green belong to Billington and Wright, and the grey and the blue belong to the two Johns. So David Billington,
that's where it is, out of view.
Drawing for another one. A little bit long, but it still may well be in. Oh, that was a secret.
Yes.
They obviously agreed to that before that bowl stopped.
They haven't adjusted the scoreboard from the previous game yet.
Oh, the skippers will do that. Leeds have got a lot of responsibility. Scoreboards is not one of them.
No. They could have been putting the names up. Below. Sorry about me yelling out with the mic on.
Good start
I didn't even
from
think about it.
Peter Wright there.
Nice bowl.
There's 2 shots on that previous end. So, yeah, it looked heaps more. John's got a much better start here.
Not far away at all. Resting toucher.
Oh, that is a very, very good leads bowl.
Nice.
So
11 p.m. here, 9 a.m. practice. Stay for a few ends.
So Cam asking about the bowling arm and how many brands there are. I'm not sure how many brands there are, but the best idea or the best advice I could give you, Cam, is either if you're close to a bowls shop, is to get to the bowls shop. If not, get online and get online to a bowls shop and check out what they have. There's another great bowl from
Yes,
John.
nicely played.
There are all different sorts. I've seen short ones, and I know a couple of guys that use a very short bowling arm. The bowling arm you're seeing in this game is one of the longer ones. There's different brands, there's different types of releases, and they do keep people in the game for a lot longer. Those with bad
Certainly
backs,
do.
those with bad knees. Take advantage of the bowling arm, which puts a lot less stress on those parts of the body. But my advice would be go either get to a bowl shop or get online to a bowl shop or two and just check out what they have to offer and prices, etc. If you can get to a decent sized club, then go there, and a lot of them these days have coaches, are very good coaches for the bowling arm people.
Yeah, Cam, I'm guessing you're from the UK. Who knows? I'm not too sure. Oh, you're Canadian. Okay, I hear that often, that name. But what you're seeing on this rink at the moment with John Newcombe, that's the DHB arm, which is produced by a company here in Australia. The design was one gentleman, which he had, I think, first off 3 designs, but cut one design out due to certain issues. So you can order this arm through most bowl shops, but it is actually developed with this gentleman and Hunter Bowls. They came on board with Dean Winton that designed that arm quite a few years ago. There is a new arm out that actually just... Just trying to get the microphone in the right spot for my big head, I think. Oh, okay. All right. Robbie's rousing at me. Yeah, so there is a new bowling arm on the market. I think it's been out for possibly 2 to 4 years. And somehow they've developed the arm that will actually hold the bowl without any triggers. So it's the momentum of the follow-through that will actually release the bowl. Yeah, I can't tell you the name of the company that makes them. I'm not sure about that, but it has been out less than 5 years, to my knowledge. Yeah, so if you're in Canada, probably a hard one there. It's just travel around and see what bowlers are using at different clubs and have a feel. So they go from a wheelchair length bowling arm all the way up to extra long or specially made to the length that the bowler needs from some companies. Oh yeah.
The arrows you see, I don't know which ones you see, but Aero make quite a few sets of bowls of different makes and different lines. So if you if you see something that you think is rather straight, it'd be probably a Turbo Pro, but they have models such as Optimas and others that are even wider. So there are quite a few different lines on the aero bowls, as there is with the Taylor bowls and with the Henselite bowls and so on. So don't convict a bowls manufacturer just on one set of bowls. You need to know what model they are or what make they what particular make they are before you can actually convict them on their line. The Turbo Pros are quite a tight bowl. The Optimas are becoming one of the more common bowls that people use here. Dynamics are a slightly tighter bowl than an Optima. But yeah. Well, on the other hand, you got the Taylor bowls that make SRs, SRVs, GTRs, all with different lines. So you have a range of bowls of different manufacturers, and those manufacturers have a range of bowls
big bowl.
of different lines. So,
and you'll find a lot of the style designs that we have in Australia aren't used as often, say, in the UK and possibly in the colder places like Canada, and that some people are coming into the live viewing.
yeah, you tend to use a much wider bowl than they do here. So second end, 1 to the 2 Johns, thanks to two very good lead bowls. 2-1, 2 ends. Oh.
Did you happen to surf back in the day, Hoops, at all?
No, I body surfed. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't surf with.
Yeah, because I was going to say
too poor to own a board.
Dean Winton, that actually produced and designed the DHB arms. His brother was a well-known Australian surfer. They called him Mr. X. Glenn Winton.
All right. Well, first change of tactic.
Long end.
Yep. Our visitors.
We'll get the jack to the tee, or what's happened?
Almost. It fell in the hole.
Did it?
I was about to call it back on the tee, and it's fell in the hole. But they've made their intentions quite obvious with the roll of that jack. So see, David Billington's walked straight up the green and thought, well, we're not going down that track.
No.
He's asked Peter to probably about a 3/4 length end, to a tad shorter.
Yep.
And it's going to be a tad shorter. A bit interesting because that last end was a short end, and John's first 2 bowls were all over it. I was a touch surprised that they decided to go extra long, and also a little bit surprised that David Billington decided to go short.
Yeah.
Maybe he's counting on them not doing it twice in a row.
No.
So, John's got his line picked up okay.
Wipe his,
take his chalk off.
Toucher off first.
Must have been confident.
Pointed well here again by Peter Wright.
Yeah, he's well down. Yep, very good lead bowl.
No.
So good reply here from John. Yeah. He might have been a touch heavy, but the bowl got in the road, and that's all that counts.
So I think it's John Newcombe. I'm pretty sure I've seen him around here at one of the clubs, but I'm not sure if he's a member here or Pyalba or Urangan.
I don't think he's he
looks familiar.
But we do get a lot of visitors for a lot of months here, Troy, don't we?
You can pretty much see them come in convoy into town by the 1st of June, generally.
Yeah,
It's like a convoy coming from down south and across from WA. We get a few as well.
I drive past the caravan park on my way to the bowls club, and
Yeah,
that's how I judge how the visitors are going in
how it's building
Hervey
up.
Bay.
Yeah,
Is the caravan park was probably only 33-40% full 2 weeks ago. Now
okay.
it's probably up to 60, between 60 and 70%. And
Uh,
as the whale season and the southern winter get closer, it'll build and build.
yeah,
And like I said earlier, anybody in any other part of Australia that wants a great opportunity to see humpback whales up close and personal, this is the place
Yes.
to be.
there's
David
plenty of
Billington
options.
on the draw, got a bit lucky. His bowl jumped in his road and pulled him up.
There is I think a couple of boats that do the tow along on like a net.
Yep.
That you can hang off the back of the boat while it's slowly moving, and plus they do have like I think it's like a extra long pool noodle type thing that they can hang off at the back of the boat.
Yeah, they put that. You get in the water with them. You can dive close. You're not allowed too close, but you can get under the water and take your underwater shots and so on. So Dave Billington down again.
Little trail.
Just a touch heavy again. Yeah, he gets to mark his own toucher.
He did too.
Pete Wright's
Pete goes,
he's never been known to waste his
mate.
toucher spray.
He said, I've got one too. Mine's better than yours.
So once again, the two Johns have left themselves in a touch of a pickle, although they did have one close that got
it just
whacked.
got nudged out.
So he's just got to get back to that nice draw shot he's played. He's played in the other hand. It's
He's played that a bit too wide.
He has. He's a touch heavy too, I think. It's interesting watching the fellas use these bowling arms.
Yeah.
Especially on a quick green and a short end. It seems to be the more difficult shot that they have with them.
Oh, that's right. Peter's joined here as well as a club member again.
Hervey Bay as well, has he?
I forgot that. So he'd be getting a bit of practice lately.
He's managed to. So he's not really in the road of a good draw shot, but it does get in the eye, and it's forced John to go back the other hand again now.
Gets to you in the head and go, I don't think I'm going to manage to draw through that or around it.
Yeah, it looks a little.
He's pointed well.
Still coming.
He's got a nice bowl.
I tell you what, he's
gone with it.
He's eased the pain for his
done.
skipper a lot. Does need a friend, but Peter's got a nice shot to play here. Sit the bowl full, no jack.
Yes. Is she going to come back? I don't think it will.
Maybe just a tad too much pace for the grass.
Yeah, exactly.
But going to end up in a very good spot.
Because the jack could go anywhere here depending on
if they're playing forehand.
movement.
Yeah, this John definitely needs another bowl in the head. Playing a forehand. Obviously, probably trying to sit one of the two greens. I'd have thought the backhand to the orange.
Well, I was thinking the backhand to the orange for a draw.
But he's just got behind that green, which won't hurt at all.
No.
So a bit of a forceful shot here from David Billington. Wide. That's sort of,
He's either gone, eh?
yeah, that helps his cause. He's now pumped Peter back
Yeah.
to the backwood. I was about to say, if he got bowl and parted Jack with that sort of weight, it was just coming straight back to
Yeah.
the two Johns. This is
Yes.
tight. He doesn't
Holding,
want,
though.
He doesn't want his bowl. He needs to miss
Oh,
everything
he's
now,
unlooked.
which he has. Fine judgment. So it comes down to a conversion shot. Could turn this into a 4-up.
The line for it.
He's
How's his-
pinched
oh,
it.
it's ducking.
He's pinched that
Ducked early.
badly. He might get lucky here. He might get lucky. No, he didn't. Tried to get lucky.
The Johnnies.
But,
It's not the two Ronnies, it's the two Johnnies.
yep.
Jindawi. Where's that? Is that, New,
Wet out west.
is that New South Wales?
No,
or,
no, it's out
Queensland?
west of here.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay. I know the name, I just couldn't think where.
Northwest of Dalby.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
There you
Past
go.
Dolby.
We lived in Dalby for a brief time, but I would have been way too young to know anything there. Richmond to Dalby. We got the transfer to Richmond, and Dad said, I didn't put in for an interstate transfer. And the manager says, no, I'll show you on the map. It's in Queensland.
Mike Watts, he's on board from Abbotsford.
Uh,
Got to keep an eye on
Yep.
the
Abbotsford in Wales. I was in Wales in March. I did a 9-day drive around Wales. God, it's a nice place.
How'd you go with their accent? Because I hear they're probably one of the hardest, apart from Scottish.
No, they were all right. They were good. Wife and I had a great time. We
That's nice.
just hired this little car at Heathrow Airport and took off and stayed at some awesome places. St David's. Went to the rugby at Millennium Stadium. There used to be Carter Farms Park. And went and watched Wales play Ireland. Behind watching Liverpool play at Anfield, that's the next best atmosphere I've ever been in. It was awesome. The singing of the rugby anthems. The game itself was sensational, except the Irish won it, which was unfortunate for the Welshmen. But,
Yes.
you know, huge stadium, just a great crowd, and those magnificent Welsh voices. It's something I probably haven't got a long time to live, but it'll sit with me till I go.
Yeah.
It was one of the great sporting events I've attended. So, love Wales. Could go back there in a heartbeat. And I didn't get much rain, so it was even
Well, that's
better.
a bonus.
Yep.
So I'm guessing you didn't before winter,
No,
after summer?
It was in March, so in their spring.
Okay, nice weather then.
Yeah, we'd been to Norway and Belgium, and then went to Wales.
Okay.
But, yeah, beautiful country. You just got to remember when you drive around with Google Maps in those places that you take off quickest route. You don't tick quickest route, because I ended up down some
Goat
very, very skinny country lanes.
Yeah.
That was apparently the quickest route. And when you come across a tractor on a skinny country lane, you give way.
Yeah, well, can you give way at times?
Oh yeah,
Sometimes
you just
you've got
find
to
you
put
just
it in reverse.
yeah, you back up to the nearest sort of entrance to a paddock or something,
Yeah.
and just get off the road. And most of the farmers are pretty good, but even two small cars can't get by.
No, I would have imagined that.
But highly recommend a trip over there for anybody if you. And they drive on the correct side of the road, so it's easy for old people like me. Yeah, great spot. And
It's a shame with all these bowlers that are a bit hard of hearing.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
There.
Pete Wright is older than me, so he does struggle with the hearing thing.
Well, they're struggling on this
They are struggling
change
on
of the
this
length
end.
here.
Yeah. I must say the leads left the skippers plenty of room to draw, and the skippers sort of are leaving the leads playing third, plenty of room to draw.
It's the old saying, well, Skip, time for a practice at lead bowls for an end.
Yeah. I would say whoever jumps on this first will probably win this end.
Yeah.
And this bowl's a little bit tight, I feel. If the
John
weight's
Crewdson's
right, it won't be too
not far away.
bad, but it's tight and runny. So, yeah, hasn't been the greatest change of length, whoever did it, but...
Would you like some of my fat so you don't get cold, Robbie?
No. 30 or 40 kilos on.
Insulation like
No, it does hurt putting 30 or 40
a
kilos.
seal or whatever I've got. Yeah, he's got his grass, his weight.
He got his weight, but he still missed his grass by 4 feet. It's, really comes down to a real concentration thing. I find that this sort of green requires you to really be switched on a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I think the backhand going away from the club here has got wider, whereas the wider part was the ditch rink before in the other game. So it'd be interesting to see what it's doing at the moment. And we've got John Newcombe playing his backhand.
He favours his backhand. There's a wide open draw on the forehand. But
Beautiful line. There's the weight
a little bit
slowing
quick.
up or not? No.
They're really struggling with this. I suppose if you lose the end, the upside is you're probably not going to drop an 8.
No.
So Peter Wright looks like he's got...
Correction here.
He's
Played it beautifully.
Still a little bit runny.
Yeah, still a metre
Actually,
through.
it's a lot runny.
Plus metre, 2 metres.
Yeah.
Just when you think it's starting to slow up, it just keeps on ticking.
It certainly hasn't lost any speed.
No. John's a fraction narrower
He is.
well.
Possibly
He's pulled his weight a fraction too.
he needs to find this hole now. And he didn't need to do that. He would have been under, but he possibly had shot if he came through the hole. But surely, Pete, with his many years of experience, will get this.
Pointed well.
Yeah, I think might be shot bowl, this one.
Just pulling up a little bit, still a good bowl.
Yeah, it's the best.
Would you say 2 feet?
2.5.
Yeah.
The green one will probably, one's second. They're probably holding 3, actually.
Yeah. One thing I struggled with was telling Dad how far short or heavy he was, because I wasn't used to talking in inches or feet.
Yeah, it's a problem for old people like me.
Yeah.
I play a bit with young Cooper Sutton at Pyalba, who's just a champion young bowler and a champion young kid, I might add too. And I've got to pull myself up about feet and inches, and I generally just do the measure with my hands because I've got no idea about these other things called centimetres.
It's one of those games that I really feel you're only ever going to talk in feet or inches most of the time. You might hear the odd metre through or whatever, but yeah, I think it's handy to learn exactly inches to centimetres and all that.
Yeah,
my gauge back in the day was I roughly knew how long a 3-inch nail was.
Yeah.
And I'd go by that.
I'd be happy if I got within 3 inches.
Yeah.
So Dave Billington are trying to draw again. He's
Covering.
covered the tee again. But,
Pete's there at the moment too with him.
Yeah, John's got a big bowl to play here. He's still 3 down. And I'm still surprised he's playing that hand, because if he gets onto those blue bowls, he's not going to get much out of this at all.
He's just going to sneak through.
He's got
not.
him.
He's hit him square. What a shame. That looked nice.
He might have cut one out.
Yeah, I
That-
think
So
deceiving. It could be one and a measure or two. Billow's well down, is he?
he should pull
Nice
up in
bowl.
time.
Nice bowl. Beautiful.
2, 3.
3. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they've got used to it now. We'll see what length Pete throws here. Looks like another shorty.
Just looking at the trees across the creek here, the trees have really eased up in any movement compared to earlier this morning.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say just by the look of the flags, you'd be lucky to have 5k of wind here. It's almost perfect
coming
conditions
back.
for bowls. It's very still. It's not hot. Sun's not blazing. Pete's just wasted good weight.
Yeah, that thing didn't want to draw at all.
No.
Yeah, no, it's perfect bowls weather apart from that bit of moisture coming from the sky.
Yeah, well,
But I think hopefully we won't get any more until next week.
I was just not on a fishing day. I don't care. So John, a little bit skinny here.
Nice correction.
Needs the jack in the road.
Oh,
Got a little bit of it and went the wrong way.
yeah, I saw the barber I go to in town. He finally managed to get out and get his boat wet again. Oh, Jenny Creera. Dulcet tones of Troy Jamison. Thanks, Jenny. I hope you've recovered from your birthday a few weeks ago, Jenny. She's not the first person to say dulcet tones. Is it my deep voice coming through? I'll have to Google the meaning of dulcet.
Smooth.
Smooth. Okay, there you go.
Frank Sinatra.
I did have a radio disc jockey tell me that I had the voice of a radio person years ago.
Yeah, I got told by someone that I had the face for radio.
No, they never said anything about the face. It's because they actually didn't get to see my face. There was a phone call that turned into a live air stream. Trying to organise some flowers for a friend of the family that had passed.
Right.
Here we
John,
go.
better line. Still coming and still sipping across, but should be
needs
shot.
Yeah. Oh, it's still running.
Pulled
Gee
up.
whiz, another 2 feet or more of grass.
Dave
Nice
Billington
line. That's where
bounces them a bit these
it
days.
does a little. That's where John needed to be.
Well,
Finished well. That's the shot.
wow. He's given this some.
Certainly giving it more grass. Let's see
I
what it
think-
wants to do.
I think
if
he's
got
made that
weight.
slight error of increase the grass, increase the weight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming back into view again.
Yeah. He got the grass correct, but in doing so, he's ploughed another 6 foot of weight on it, which
Yeah.
is unfortunate for him. So we're into our fifth end, and we just need the boys to start nailing this jack. Right.
It's the line.
He probably doesn't want the jack. Yep, that's the one.
The focus jumping in and out. Yeah, they was doing that earlier when you were away from the desk. And any viewers that are actually watching via YouTube, if the screen goes blurry, what we found out watching the state titles the other week was just escape out of the game itself and go back to the menu and hit on it again, and it comes clear again. Yeah, but it was blurring out constantly. It's kind of like it had frozen to a point of the view. Yeah. Has to be the glare causes that bit of focus issues. Change of light.
The way the light pattern is, because we've got those trees in the back here, which are
Yeah.
I see the building, but it's really very fine tuned. I mean, like, it's very sensitive, and especially when you've got indoors undercover where you've got natural light and artificial light. It hates that.
All right.
Yeah.
It's the only way to have this focus.
Be interesting what it would do on a late afternoon here with that westerly sun. Yeah, that's if it pokes out it more.
So we
Billow's getting his grass. He just needs that little bit, fraction more grass, and just that little bit more weight.
yeah, the two Johns are in a bit of a pickle
Yeah,
again.
bit of 4 down.
He does have a couple of bowls to rest on here to cut the damage, but
if he's got the weight, he's got something.
he's
Cutting out something
come up
here.
short, unfortunately. Just
Beautiful line.
yep. So I think Peter's got David to change over so that he doesn't collect that short bowl, and everything on the forehand side belongs to them anyway.
Yeah. He's well and truly safe out there.
He's yeah, flying. So another big bowl for
What's Johnny
young
gonna do?
John. Probably needs a yard on his last.
In the area again.
He's got
Bit more weight
he's
on it
got
this
more
time.
weight on this one. He just doesn't need
Still
to find
ducking.
a hole.
Sit that orange. He's
Played a bomb almost.
Third shot.
Dropped a 1, so he turned a 3 into a 1.
There you
It's
go.
not bad value. It's it's a good bowl. Well, I've noticed all
Is
the
he gonna
jackets
pull up?
have come up.
Yeah.
That come off. It's the boys have all back to short sleeve shirts just about.
I was only ever cold, uncomfortable once here in Hervey Bay, and it was up at Pyalba Club through winter.
When the wind blew.
Oh, dude, it blew through you.
Yeah. Oh, you need to go. If you want to know cold, go and play in Toowoomba.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It's
that's true.
Winter time in Toowoomba's no fun. If the wind's blowing, it's okay if it's a sunny day, but when the wind blows up there and the clouds over, it is a cold place to play bowls.
Yeah.
That's where the Kiwis feel at home. Well, as I say, before I started bowling, my dad bowled in Canberra, and here's a good bowl from Peter, just missed.
No.
And I'd go home to Canberra in, June, July,
Yeah.
and they were out playing bowls. And I was in the Air Force at the time, and they were jackets and rugs and hats, and
There would have been
it just-
ice on the green.
just
first
didn't look
thing.
comfortable. It was far more comfortable in the bar.
Yeah.
So
John's played this well.
that took me out of it for a while.
Yeah.
Great bowl here from John. Very good lead bowl.
Yeah, a friend of mine grew up in Canberra and he moved back there probably about 20 years ago at the most. But he's been back in Queensland again for the last 2 years and said he'll never venture back there.
I don't know why he went back in the first place. I didn't. That's the first person I've heard that's left Canberra and gone back. Good attempt by Peter.
Yeah, nice line.
Just out. This place is a little bit harsh in the summertime if you play in the middle of the afternoon, but
Yes.
if you play at night here in the summertime, it's beautiful. And then through the winter, it's just great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's that humidity, and like I'm a person that is affected by the heat naturally, even if I wasn't overweight. Nice bowls.
They're very good lead bowls.
But yeah, I've always been a winner person.
Good time to fish.
Yeah.
So the two skippers go, and the two Johns are holding a nice 2 shots.
Peter. Thank you.
Dave Billington,
Oh.
just a tad over, got a nip of the jack, and it's gone to a place he'd prefer not to have gone to.
The old saying is probably half a bowl narrow.
Yep. He needed to have that sort of pace to give himself a chance. It's such a fine line on this green.
I'd say
It's not a bad bowl here
Johnny
from John.
Crewdson's probably trying to block off that shot.
Well, he's going to get
Billow's
behind,
looking at.
not offer a bigger target.
No.
That's a very good bowl. This will be quick, I feel.
He's pulled it across.
Nothing. Yep. Rattled the foundations.
I would be putting another one behind John,
Yeah.
or even just.
Billo
match.
hasn't got any more left, and Peter Wright can play an upshot,
Yeah.
but he is a better draw bowler.
Yeah.
This
I
is-
always used to say to a lot of the draw lead bowlers that yes, you can play a weighted shot. It's all about picking a line of draw weight through past the jack.
Yep.
It's like you're drawing to something else or drawing for cover. It's not always about the big weight where it hits the bank and bounces back onto the green.
Yeah, well, that last bowl of John's is actually in a really good spot.
Yeah, because it's certainly any little bit of movement off the 2 shot bowls, or 3 there. That's where the jack's going.
Pete with some weight.
A little bit of weight. Will it hold?
I don't think so.
No, he's going to get no straighteners there.
I don't even know if he's played weight. Maybe he's just cut his draw grass. He's played it.
Just
probably
yard over or whatever.
yard
you'd
over.
say.
Difficult
Metre
shot
through.
to play, but yeah, possibly one of these 2 bowls I think needs to cover the tee.
Yeah.
As if David Billington collects that and gets any part of the jack, it's going to kill.
Yeah.
And this might, if it stops, be the bowl to do it. but it didn't stop.
Kind of cheating here on Robbie. I can see out of the corner of my eye movement of the bowlers, so you know it was going in the ditch there, unfortunately.
Peter's tight again, I think.
Yeah. If he
There
gets
is-
a little
There is an
straightener-
edge off the. There is an edge off the orange.
Oh,
No.
no. That's the weight he wanted.
Their weight's not bad. And stayed up. So I'd suggest this needs to be on the tee, this bowl.
He's got a better weight for it this time. He won't lose the bowl.
No, this is as good as a touch of this bowl. Covers the tee.
Yeah, good spot.
Yep, very good. So now, either Dave Billington doesn't care about killing it and then has a draw shot, or he's got to be a little more careful.
Yeah. He still wants to play
He
that
looks
way.
like he's going to play weight again. The thing is, he could nearly get these 3 bowls without the jack, which
Well,
makes
exactly,
that
yeah.
bowl of John's out there on the wing. Makes it very good. That's not
gonna come
moving.
back.
Well, he's got the back covered and the tee. I don't know if he's going to try and draw another one or not. It looks like he's going back for a bit more cover. So this will make it a little bit more expensive if David Billington does kill it, because he's going to be 2 down.
I think
He's 4
may-
down at the moment, but if he kills it, it'll be
He's
2
still
on
got-
the tee, and that's providing one of these 3 don't come through.
I was thinking he may have dropped his weight control for that shot. He has a little bit.
He has.
He's got a good bowl here.
He's got
movement.
He's got nothing.
Oh,
No.
great effort.
Yeah, not a bad call. Hard to. On the other hand, he could have any touch on the jack, and he could have cut it down this way. All
Beat
he's
his
got to do
wing
is
bowl. It's
beat
another
the green,
shot.
and he makes a
Potentially
5.
Yeah. It's pointed that way for him.
Then again, he won't want to touch it on this hand neither.
Just careful.
No, he's done the job. That's very good.
Yeah,
That's a
nice
handful.
kick up there.
Big 5.
One thing I've never had was that 8. I already had quite a few 7s, but never the 8.
Tough to get.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what grade you play, it's tough to get.
Oh, of course it is. I think it's old Clary Maloney from Mooloolaba, back from when we were still living there and Dad was playing bowls. I think Clary always used to talk about one game to Dad about an 8.
So, yeah, I got a mate that picked up an 8 in Division 1 pennant in Cunningham, and that was about 20 years ago, and I still hear about it. He didn't get it off us; he got it off someone else, but you still hear about it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that shows you that it's not the easiest thing to do. So, Merv Howell watching from Bega in New South Wales. This is another great part of the world, south coast of New South Wales. Merv, I lived at Bombala for about a year before Mum arced up about how cold it was. But, yeah, been down through Bega and those places down there, Eden, the beautiful part of the world, that south coast of New South Wales. But it's not as warm as up here, Merv. You should come up here for the winter. Come and watch some whales and play some bowls.
Yes, there's been a few Southerners either relocate here full time, or they've actually purchased a house or a unit that they do 6 months here and 6 months there.
Nice to have that much money.
Oh yeah,
Gee, that's come home a long way
It
for
has.
John. Beautiful weight.
Forehand starting to work again. Hardly any movement in the tree still, so perfect. You got his legs.
A lot closer here for Peter. Lot closer.
Yeah, nice bowl. Oh,
Very good bowl.
Preston, back toucher. Beautiful, Pete.
The old fella still got in him.
Mm.
See, Robbie had to go back out and
Shift them
school him
across.
again. Yeah. I remember once at Toowoomba I got told I was going to get hit by a lump of 4B2. But Robbie made this fatal mistake of telling a third to tell me to get out of the road of the camera. And my third had thought it was hilarious that he didn't tell me. So Robbie had thought he'd told me, and he actually hadn't. And I was copping some grief, I tell you. I'm claiming innocence. Thanks, Dennis Caruana. I appreciate that. It's not badly down here, John. Just a bit
big.
long. Yeah. Sweet grass with a touch less weight.
Stay there. And it's their game, and I should let them stay there, but
No,
I've got a job to do to get this
correct.
out. And, you've got to see it. They don't need to be there.
Yep, as Rob.
It's worse when the leads are in there. The third is slipped away, the leads are right away. The leads should have no right to be near the hit. That's frustrating.
Yeah, I get Robbie's frustration, and
Oh, of course you do.
and it's something that's broadcasting their game worldwide, and you need as good a coverage as you can get. And like Robbie said, there's no real need to stand there that close. And poor John's
But I suppose you do
again.
drift away into the game and concentrate and forget where you're standing at times.
Yeah, but it's just it is just a matter of concentration. But
Yeah,
concentrate on
Billow's
on
played
everything
this
to
really
do with
well.
Yeah,
Or
he has-
just still trailing a bit more.
he's
Yeah.
long, but yeah,
That slowed him up a little. Well done.
it'd slow him up maybe enough to get another one.
The two Johnnies need to start something here soon.
So I'll be interested to see what hand John comes on. I would surmise the forehand.
Yeah.
Yep. At worst, rest on the green, get second shot.
Well, that's it. It's not all about getting up and too close and personal at times.
It's he's a little bit quick too.
Yeah.
Got the bowler's lean going, trying to get the bowl to turn further.
Did he?
Yeah. It'd be better if we had a steering wheel.
Yeah, I think Peter pulled that a bit tighter that time, but it
He-
seems to be holding.
He can
With-
let him go a strange way at times.
With his
and-
delivery, you
yeah.
never know what he can do at times.
and he has drawn another shot.
Yeah. Another foot of
So
grass,
John-
it would have been lovely.
John really needs second shot here. Give his skipper something to
Yeah.
work with. It's got good grass. I don't know about his weight.
Push it a bit wide.
Get a little bit of the blue one might help. And still probably 3.
Yes. Yeah. Deceiving in that other little view that Robbie's got up there at the moment. It could be 2 on a measure.
Pete just underneath. Actually ended up in a very good spot.
Well,
If the
yeah.
opposition playing forehand.
Exactly.
Oh, he's remembered Robbie. Someone's give him the reminder. Either that or mental telepathy is a thing. So
He's talking
John's,
about the head there.
John's sort of in two minds here. I think his first aim has got to be second shot.
Yeah, I thought he was looking straight there for something.
I'll tell you what, he's
not
got
far
some.
off.
He's got something too. He got
nice
two of them.
bowl.
Got two. Only one down.
Yeah.
Good result. Good shot. That's the difference between playing that direct weight rather than trying to play that swingy weight.
Exactly.
You don't get a lot of movement. So David Billington
cut his grass.
He's cut his grass and his weight.
Yeah.
And now John, this is a
Crucial.
this is a big shot because he's coming from his drive back to his draw. Difficult.
Do you think he might try his backhand?
Well, I think
draw
David's in his
and
road
move?
on the forehand, so I think it may as well.
Yeah.
If he gets an outside edge of the jack, it's going towards him.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm looking, gauging a shot for. Pointed well.
Yeah, he's out there. I think he's under.
Weight's not there, is it?
I think he's just narrow.
Yeah, it's pulled a lot there.
His weight
Beautiful weight.
actually was pretty good. That turned a long way.
He was out in that sweet zone that I would say correct grass. That time of day where it's starting to pick up pace again.
So this looks tight.
Played a nice line.
He's heavy.
Unless he's too heavy there.
Yeah. Be one. So I played seven ends, 7 all. It's like last. I think the last game was 6 ends, 6 all.
It was about that, yeah.
So
They came back.
Start all over again with an hour 16 to go.
Yeah. Roy Campbell has said 50 southwest of Dalby for Jandowie.
Mm-hmm. Cam's right about the 8. You don't have pressure until you've drawn against an 8, and the target area looks very small. It's quite funny. It's like it must be the same when you're trying to draw for an 8. We played a district game down the coast one time, and one of the best bowlers I got to play with, or around, or in the same side as, is a bloke called Ash Stevens. And we played Maranoa, and Ash had probably 12 or 14 feet to draw the 8th shot, and we got 7. And he was good at getting the better of you in a sledging match, but he didn't live that down for a while.
I bet.
Good bowl this. This is the shot.
Everything's perfect there.
Yep. Top bowl.
Nice.
Very good correction.
Yeah, I know years ago, Dad and I were in the Champ of Champ men's pairs, playing against Rainbow team, and it was a slow green then. I think it was running 11 or 12. Trying to think. I'm not sure if there was a Gympie club or not, but Dad saw it. He said, "There's a chance of getting 7 here that will bring us up even." He played it, and the opposite lead to me. Couldn't believe he managed to play the shot and call for it and get the
Ooh.
7.
Bit unlucky result there from David Billington. He was
Yeah.
narrow, but he nearly got a bellyful. Yeah.
That hand certainly got much wider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the skip's name, but you remember Mop? Troy from Rainbow? He's not with us anymore.
Oh yeah, I think I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
he was the lead.
So we've got Ann Seymour
He's not gonna
watching
be there.
from East Maitland, just
That'll be chilly
just
there.
out west of Newcastle. Yeah. How'd you go with the rain, Ann? Hopefully high and dry.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
a lot of water down that way. Thoughts go out to all the bowlers and bowls clubs down in that area.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone's safe and well.
The farmers.
Oh, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, John's just overcorrected here. Still holding the shot, which is a good thing. I was hoping to see Mitch Mears' name on there because I could tell you a story about how he was in a side that was responsible for an 8. He dropped an 8 in Pennant against Swifts once. And he it was when Mitchell was fairly young and playing 3. And he was on the rink next door to me playing a guy called Stephen Bell. Belly, great bloke and very good bowler. And Mitchell called his skipper on a shot to get rid of a shot bowl. Sort of didn't take in the whole situation, that if his bowl went, they might have been in a spot of trouble. And Peter's nearly drawn that. And
Nice bowl.
when his skipper played the bowl and
Good
took
shot.
Mitchell's bowl out, Stevie Bell got on the mat and drew another, and then they counted, and full count. Hopefully Mitchell hasn't forgot that lesson. I just bring that up every now and then. He become a very good bowler, Mitchell.
Yes, it's a very steady bowler.
And I will admit that he was he wasn't very old when he called that shot. He was a young teenager. So hopefully that little lesson, he's a good shot. He's a very
Nice
good
bowl.
shot. He's played 2
Beautiful.
crackers this end.
With it? Oh.
Yep.
Nice. Looks like we've got some score updates.
What do we have from Mr.
The ladder.
Stumer?
No.
Oh, nothing for us.
I'm not changing it.
Oh. You paid your green fees, Peter.
Oh,
Yes.
hello. Here comes the vision, the
Oh.
edge. No.
That could have been cruel.
That would have been, but it's put that bowl in a nice spot.
Yeah.
So John just needs to do it again. He needs another bowl in the head now. That bowl is extremely lonely. Don't know if he's far enough out.
Well, it's been sweeping a lot off that hand.
That's
down this
what
end.
makes me think, but he's got the
Little bit
weight to
shy.
get up inside that green. He'd be very good.
It's deceiving. They're blue on the screen, his bowls, but out of the corner of my eye I saw the other bowl and it looks green from here.
Well, he's made him think about that.
Looking.
They may have 1 second, maybe 2.
Yeah. 2 seconds.
But yeah, the weight that David Billington's played when he's played the weighted shots is
Yeah.
a little bit
It's
dangerous.
deceiving. Like
If he flicks his back bowl out, then
Billow's bowl's more jack high, but the other one's, I would say, only a bowl short of jack high.
yeah. Interested to see what shot he plays. He's playing weight. Playing that swinging weight again. He might have the
it's gonna
shot bowl
duck.
here.
Ducking. Oh, he got part of it.
He got part of it and it's still
The
shot.
shot still.
Yeah. That's that. It's just that particular weight that he's trying to play. Big bowl here for
Like,
John.
unfortunately, he's got danger both hands for movement. If he goes too far.
He needs to get down to the blue.
Nice. Oh, he's going to duck. Oh, holding out.
Just a
Nice
it's
effort.
had unlucky with that. It's very good attempt. Let's see, if he goes the blue now, the chances are he takes Peter's bowl with it.
Yeah. He's going for it by the looks.
I don't know. I'm a bit surprised because a draw shot here and a touch on the jack and he makes 3.
Yeah.
He's played.
Holding out. Coming. No.
He's going to get lucky
Using
here.
it.
He's going to
Using
get
of
very
yours.
lucky here.
Oh,
Yeah, extremely lucky. But anyway,
we got one
it
to
happened.
come. So, what can John Crewdson do here?
He's really only got a draw shot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, as called. Just a dead draw. Touch the jack for 2.
he's got best backwood. Bowl or jack, either way.
Well, he needs better than draw weight now on that line.
Yeah. Not going to hold.
It's trying its hardest, but it's
Yeah.
just going to
There it
turn on.
goes.
So around about a 3/4 length.
I'd say they'll be happy with this length.
Yeah,
Peter
The-
and Dave.
the two Johns did struggle on short,
Yeah.
and a bit surprised they haven't tried that again.
Oh, he's
Pete's
not
left a
centred.
bit behind here. Got one of the two things pretty right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
John
Waits
long, I
there.
think. Yeah, he's
Yeah, it's
just
the
long.
line. And he's about 3 metres or more through.
And held up.
Staying on board.
A little bit better here from Peter. Got the old Pete White wobble.
Oh, I was going
Pete
to say,
White,
got that little wobble there.
The wobble going. It's held it up nicely. So John's just got to adjust his weight.
Yeah, I don't know if he's done that. Has he? Yeah,
He's only done it a little bit.
coming.
Straight
Nice
to the
weight.
jack. That's what he did last end. He played 2
egging it on
crackers.
there.
Just about there.
He's saying, get up, you.
Skippers will fix that.
Yes. Unfortunately, the backhand's a draw under if you want to try and draw shot, or favourable hand's going to be the forehand.
I'd say Billo will go on the backhand with Peter's
See him
bowl
coming
there.
in, yeah.
They'll both be playing different hands as their
Yeah.
bowls short of jack. Robbie's gone out. That lump of 4B2's getting bigger.
That's it. Peter Wright is always in the wrong.
Yeah. So David
Nicely
Billington
pointed here,
has
Billy.
drawn a shot.
Oh, I thought he was going to just drift in to sit on that bowl
So
to be
now,
shot.
now John's probably got to change hands, I feel. He gets on the backhand. He should be able to draw under that shot of Peter Wright's.
Yeah, he's drawing under or just trying to use it a little bit to come in. The old
He's
snooker
quick.
shot. Quick and wide.
He's very... needs to turn really hard now. So this looks like
Starting
the
to bend
line.
now. Going to use
Going to
it.
get through the hole. I don't know why you'd change hands. All he's got to do is drop his weight. Come this now. Well, he's changed to his forehand.
I don't think he liked that.
He's got the grass.
Yeah, if he gets around,
It's just the finish.
he's going to finish quite well by the looks.
He needs plenty
Sneaking
of that
past.
blue.
Beautiful bowl.
And got the...
He's shot now.
He's got a smile on his face now. He didn't
Yeah,
have.
no.
He didn't have one halfway down, but he has now.
Excuse me.
No, well played.
Seeing his body language, I thought he was a little bit frustrated with what he had done, but it's one of those games that a bad bowl can become a good bowl.
So that's Pete lining up on the forehand as
Yeah.
well. No.
No.
Yep.
Yep.
It's so hard to tell with
Yeah.
his with his stance. I've played with him quite a bit, and half the time I can't tell from the
Yeah.
other end of the green which way it's going.
Yeah, I think it was one, not sure if it was a backhand or forehand for myself. Dad always used to say, he said, sometimes I'm just not sure what hand you're playing with the direction of your feet. And I just put that down to the damage I did to my ankles playing football. The feet want to go whichever way they want to.
Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
Just a little bit long here from John. Got the back covered.
But I was more like pigeon toe with the left.
All right.
Yeah. Especially when I walked.
Interesting shot call here. He just needs a piece of the green.
Oh. He didn't really want that. I could see a shot that he think he wanted there, but
Well, he definitely didn't want the jack.
no.
But
If he had kept the
now-
line going, he could have sat on shot bowl, but he just held out longer.
That weight on the jack would have been interesting for the back bowls.
Yeah.
So John's out there, and now they start to come home. If he gets inside this back orange bowl, it's a beauty. And he's
half a
just on
bowl.
it. So 1 or 2 down. There's one encroaches from next door. Kev Doherty a little slow on the pickup. It was an interesting colour, that bowl. All right, Dave Billington. Draw shot. Any touch on Peter's wide bowl, I'd suggested make it shot.
Even if he draws around it, he can
I
sneak
don't
in
think he's a
for
long
the
way
shot.
away.
Leave Pete. Oh, use it then.
Wrong
No.
Pete's bowl.
It looked like it was coming in beautifully, but some bowls just track out a little bit at times on the finish.
Yeah. And conversely, John just needs a tap on that blue one
Yeah.
to make sure. They don't know whether it's second shot or not. It'd make sure of it if it had one roll. He's going to come home nicely here too. He could just dead draw this.
Not quite
Oh, no.
the finish. Seeing the two angles on the screen, I nearly favour Peters for second shot, I reckon.
This one's it looks on a narrower line. Much narrower. So, John. Any touch on the blue or the grey, or just dead draw it?
Exactly.
Make a 2.
Pointed well.
Yep, he's
Just
tighter than the last one, but it may well be
weightier.
quicker too.
Yes.
Yeah, just got excited. We'll find out if it's 1 or 2. Robbie, 1 or 2? Robbie says 1. Never been
2.
known to be wrong. How many?
2 to Peter Wright and
2.
Billington by the looks. I think Peter put 2 fingers up then.
No, Robbie just said it 1 or 2.
Okay.
I'll save him from his
That's a good
100%
call.
record.
Oh yeah, so
They didn't measure. It was,
it wasn't 2 to Peter Wright and Billington. It was the other way around.
yeah, 2 to the 2 Johns.
Peter Wright was wrong again because he held his fingers up instead of down.
Oh, can't get the English out of the English.
Yeah.
I think so.
He's talking to himself again over there by the sounds.
John.
Yeah. No, you said 1 or 2. You didn't confirm
Ah, Robbie.
2. It was a 50-50.
Oh, well, John's put the backwood in. He must
Yeah.
have a sense of what is about to happen.
Peter's not going to be far away here at all.
So, once again, the 2 Johns who haven't sort of conquered the short ends too well have now thrown one.
Yeah.
So we'll see what his correction's like. Came out of the arm nicely. I think it
Smooth.
might be tight.
Yeah. Nice weight. We need to have
Phil
Robbie.
Keats.
We need to have Robbie mic'd up at times, I think, because
Especially when I can't hear him.
no, it's like a little mumble in the background. Nice bowls, Peter Wright.
Yeah.
Philip Keats.
I got my wish. No, my wish is to win Tuesday night's lotto.
Keats. Philip Keats. Is he
Yeah.
local or down Brisbane?
He lives down Brisbane. He's the guy that was responsible for the birth of Super Challenge, probably one of the best competitions we've ever had in this state. And
Because, yeah, I'm positive. Phil, this is, excuse me, Nev Jamison's son, Troy. I thought I knew the name. So
between him and I, we now, and Bowls Queensland, we now have
yeah, it's coming
son
back
of
again.
Super Challenge. Yeah. Which we hope that a lot of bowls clubs, especially the small ones, take up.
Yeah,
Because it's going to be their chance to win a state flag
that's exactly right.
that they've never had before.
Gives them the opportunity to play against top bowlers. Unfortunately, how it finished years ago was a shame.
Yeah, well, we were gone by then, but
It runs its
This-
course.
this new competition will be structured over 4 different leagues. So you've got bowlers being able to play against bowlers of their own calibre or even bowls clubs of their own size. So the little bowls clubs and the fourth division bowlers and below
Yeah.
now have a chance to play for a state flag, and
Yeah.
they've never had that opportunity in this state before. Yep, and it's a lot of the aim of this comp is to involve the small country clubs, and we hope that a lot of them take it up and have a shot at it, because it'd be nothing better than to see a club out in the bush into the
Will this be? Will they have? And whoever wins.
District. So
Yep.
we're some of the when down to an hour. My bowls club, I won't get a.
Yeah, there's. Or on Dave Billington's.
Yeah, that, and got a for every this week. We got a now just not going to turn involve. So it should. And then second and third bowler.
How far south?
Just clubs bowl. The 50 is to level state and state before, and
Oh.
you can go Burnett and got more. Bit
It's at a time.
so the information you know, look to the club surely on.
It was
Planned whole deal. This
trying to take. Come on. Bowl
so,
again.
forms will a few weeks. Well, these clubs, the players, some you
I
got a little
can't
bit lucky
remember
with
when
that.
Super get quite popular.
Go everywhere,
Yeah.
3 down. Goes to because it was different. Let's
Yeah.
Petition. 40 and drink. Take four ends. There. In those few short ends.
Yeah. If you're using them too much, system. Work out with it too. Knew he was in. Someone here
Until it hits the ditch. Good one. Just on it. Back. I think he got draw. Back. The back. White. Out. He's
because of
John.
hole.
Give
Would you?
him. Wouldn't get that. He wouldn't have got it. According to
He's saying they've shot.
Billington's asking. We need for them all to keep
Moment on the screen.
with. Really, just a draw shot.
Yeah.
Another
Release. Unlucky. Aim up.
extremely low.
No. Peter Wright on the 11.
Has been just getting one on.
I kept.
Telecasters lag. Process of fixing the.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, to beat a good. And that. But. Me. Shot.
Pretty cool.
Just trying to tip that over. Hit it that way to declare. Very good.
It's just
Very.
yeah. far away.
Yeah.
He's winding up. Far off.
Three and a half feet. They're good.
Complete.
Okay. No.
No.
These.
I reckon he'll dob one. What's it? Full. Yeah.
Place.
Yeah.
Maybe. This
Yes.
now is all.
A little bit.
Gotta be.
It's a little.
That they need. And
Duncan with watching a little bit. Moment. Hope. Finish. Playing. Yeah. Robbie's on the phone. So.
but
Well.
it is. Inside. Green.
Team Newcombe.
Called them off. He's so
Bugger. Bowl that
Well,
really
the
frustrates.
But in this game, and but to that because he and he
Nice down a
wrong.
earlier with these. That's
We'll keep him to
it's going to draw beauty. Right.
yeah, take advantage of.
Yep. Yeah, Phil Keats, issue. Hopefully, dries. It is out of our hands. Still see the screen. Peter.
John, it's
Yeah.
Billington's shot.
Yeah,
Fair bit. Yeah,
Peter Wright. Bit out of.
looks a bit.
And a little bit too, yeah.
Back to the. Yeah,
One to Peter. See. Trying. Not gonna.
wide. To see the here.
Yeah. Yeah.
John. Wise, just shot and then give him. Hard.
Home. Nice way.
Other one. Come on.
Just starting the straight
To the. You need. There.
much. White's bowl. Back to make up the green a tad.
Looks.
Give himself some.
He's got. Few.
Have the best
One.
Yeah. The
That ball.
Yeah.
Worthwhile
worth a
there.
try. Game.
But dude. One.
He's got
According
one
to
come.
Peter.
Deceiving. Yeah, it's deceiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, but that's not going to change.
Says he is.
So.
But this cool.
I don't know. Last everybody
Well, yeah.
was. Three teams playing their last. Be a yard short. The Johns need a.
Yeah. Go on in their other two games today, either team.
David Billington. I don't know how they went in this.
For Dad, they went.
Oh, weren't they?
No.
I'd watch. Another. On the high.
Yeah.
Run away. And that's the last couple of ends.
You're right.
They
Yeah.
never.
Poor. So he's got his back. His head.
This
Bit.
It can happen to you on a green light.
Especially green a lot slower, whereas quicker.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he's going to be a.
Speed like at Tweed. If the air conditioner going to be a little bit.
Yeah,
He's just
in the zone and count. Two Johns is not. If you
John. See how. Well,
I'll tell you what.
the new that are doing.
Oh, yeah.
Mum and same. Wearing this company's shirt. I'd let you.
Oh, yeah. Anything. It'll be behind and perfect. Covered. He's got the best backward before. These boys have got a.
Is it score? margins.
Yeah. See that?
Yeah.
Get wins
3 for a win. Would you say 10?
game and beating us.
It has 9.
It's because they don't. Well,
How
Jack for had a
no.
just
Billing. Oh,
uh, and then and if you've lost one,
and this is his
sure.
two at least. Oh,
He's,
there
yeah,
we go.
there's
He's
another
made
one out.
3.
He's made
3.
Billing.
What can he do?
Wide and heavy apart from that. Yeah.
Well, if you
That's
Newcombe or Crewdson, you
Wide.
got here.
Wright and David Billington. Son, because the club. Believe it. Morning for 14.
Been cloudy with tomorrow. Yeah. Pretty.
Up in a little while. This
About 5 minutes, 10 minutes. All right.
exciting game next door.
Kandanga versus Burnett Heads.
So we'd just like to thank our major sponsor, Time Lifestyle Resorts at Hervey Bay, and our other sponsors, BCIB Insurance Brokers, Clayton Hearing, Fraser Coast Regional Council, the Universal Home Improvements, Hervey Bay RSL, David Lee, our local MP for the Hervey Bay area, and Kerry Campbell Homes. And we'd like to thank you all for putting up with Troy and I for the afternoon. Hopefully you've enjoyed the viewing, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Good afternoon.